Am I in the wrong to think it's not okay to propose at someone else's wedding? I met my fiancé in college, along with our two best friends, John and Holly. Like us, they've also been together since college. We've been inseparable since going on double dates and trips together and have had an amazing time after college. My fiancé proposed to me last year, and it's all been very exciting. Wedding planning has been stressful and exciting. Holly is my bridesmaid, and John is my fiancé's best man. Our wedding is in February next year. And in the midst of planning, last night, John came over to our house and said that he wanted to propose to Holly. My fiancé and I were over the moon for him. I was excited for another wedding. So, I asked him when he planned to propose. We told him that we'd be down to help with the proposal and everything. He smiled and then said that he was thankful and said that he'd love to propose to Holly at our wedding. Before I said anything, he showed me a video of a bride giving her bridesmaid her bouquet instead of tossing it. John said that he'd love to do something like this. I was sort of speechless, as was my fiancé. He then asked us if that was okay with us. I took a deep breath and said, "No, John, it wouldn't be okay. As much as I love you and Holly and am more than happy that you guys are getting engaged, but I don't want that done at my wedding. I'd be happy to help you plan a separate event." I also think Holly wouldn't be too thrilled to get proposed to at someone else's wedding. Holly had told me before that she found people who get engaged at people's weddings tacky. I told him that, but he wouldn't budge. He got angry and said we were being selfish by not allowing him this one small favor, and if the roles were reversed, he'd say okay in a heartbeat. I reiterated to him that Holly wouldn't want this and would want her own event. He kept saying, "You're lying. You just don't want us to be engaged. You just want all the attention to yourselves." This is where I got really pissed off. I blew up at him and called him tacky and cheap. I said, "We and our families aren't shelling out thousands for you to propose at our wedding. It's embarrassing that you can propose to Holly a day after, the day before, or even the day of, but just not at my wedding or venue. Holly will cringe and find it embarrassing." He said he didn't think he'd been friends with such selfish and rude people for all these years. My fiancé reiterated everything I'd said, and then my fiancé told him to leave, and he left. Now, here is where it gets awkward. Holly has no idea what happened, and we all had a trip booked for next month, and now I don't want to go. I'm very upset with John, and he hasn't apologized. I don't know what to tell Holly. I don't want to lie to her, but I also don't want to ruin the surprise of her possible proposal. A part of me feels bad, but I want to stick to my guns. After some time, John showed up again. This time, he apologized profusely. He apologized for the name-calling and said he was bummed out because his idea, which he thought was a good one because of all the videos he'd seen, had been shut down. He said that he should have listened to me when I told him that Holly has stated before that she finds those types of proposals tacky. He said that he should have taken no as an answer and that there was absolutely no excuse for the way he spoke to us. He says he would understand if we no longer wanted him at the wedding. He said that he was angry with himself for possibly losing our friendships over an idea that was clearly not well thought of. He also said that Holly deserves her own moment when it comes to the proposal, and he'd love my help with planning if I was still open to it. I did tell John the first didn't want the stress of him possibly hijacking our wedding because of how he reacted to us saying no. He said that would never happen, and he's decided to propose to Holly on the trip or during the holidays. He'll let me know so I can help. I'm happy to do so. He said that he was just crazy, that it was our wedding, and that he was sorry for calling us ungrateful when it was our special day. My fiancé and I did accept his apology. We also deliberated after the argument about whether we'd accept John's apology if he apologized. We've never had a disagreement of this magnitude before. We've gotten along all these years. Despite this, I don't think, and my fiancé agrees, that it's worth burning bridges. He's apologized, and he's genuinely a kind and amazing friend. This is just a weird blip we've had with him.